This episode of The Young Turks is brought to you by T-Mobile. Hip-hop singer Lupe Fiasco had an interview with CBS's What's Trending. And during the interview, he was talking about, his political activism and his voting habits. And I found it fascinating because he calls Barack Obama a terrorist.
No, that's a serious story. But first, can I say I was on the first ever What's Trending, hosted by Shira Lazar.
Congratulations.
Whoop, whoop. Yeah. Okay, just a little quick shout out. Now we go on to a serious story. Okay, so we have the video.
And I mean, you do mention, though, going against Obama.
My fight against terrorism, to me, the biggest terrorist is Obama and the United States of America. So for me, it's like I'm trying to fight the terrorism that's actually causing the other forms of terrorism. The root causes of the terrorism is the stuff that the U.S. government allows to happen. And the foreign policies that we have in place in different countries that inspire people to become terrorists. And it's easy for us because it's really just some oil, which we can really get on our own.
So who are you looking to vote for?
No,
in the
I don't
2012
vote.
presidential race?
I don't vote.
Oh, you don't vote?
No, I don't vote.
Really?
No, I don't vote.
But
I don't get involved in the political
why?
process. Because it's meaningless, to be honest.
Really?
Because you vote, first of all, I'm a real big believer if I'm going to vouch for someone, then I'm going to stand behind everything that they do, right? So that could be you, that could be the cameraman. Like, if I'm going to say I stand behind this person and write on a piece of paper that says, hey, I stand for this person, then I have to take responsibility for everything that he does, because that's just how I am as a human being, right? So politicians aren't going to do that, because I don't want you to bomb some village in the middle of nowhere.
So what if no one voted? What would happen, though?
Who knows? Let's try it out and see what happens.
Yeah, let's not try it out. I disagree with him on, of course, on many counts. Not voting is a disastrous idea, and then the worst candidate wins, and then what did you accomplish? Second of all, he has theory on vouching for people. Okay, that's his personal theory, but I don't think it makes any sense. I'm not vouching for anybody. Look, I got bad news for you. Politics is always the lesser of two evils. You're never going to get, this magical, angelic guy to run, oh my God, he's so great. Every position is awesome. It's gold. No, you choose the guy who is not as bad as the other guy, okay? Sad day for you. That's how our system works, unfortunately, and we fight to make it better. And you don't fight to make it better by not voting, okay,
right,
and not participating. Now, of course, the main comment is him calling Obama a terrorist. Everybody's going to flip out over that. So, do I think Obama's the biggest terrorist? Of course not, right? Do I understand the point he's trying to make? Yes, okay? Now, that will get you disqualified in other media, right? I'm sure I'm taking a risk by saying I understand what he's saying. Like, your reaction is supposed to be, how dare he? That's it. He's a terrible person. We move on. No, I mean, I get his logic. I disagree with the ultimate conclusion, but he's saying, look, we're causing certain events throughout the world, and we need to examine our own actions. I think it's an interesting and thoughtful point, whether you agree or disagree.
I think the way he portrayed his ideology was all wrong. Like, calling him a terrorist will automatically make people dismiss what you're trying to say. But when I think about what he's really trying to say, I can see what you mean where you say you understand him. Because, one thing that he referred to was Israel, and the Gaza Strip. He talked about that and, what the U.S. policy is when it comes to dealing with the Israelis and Palestinians. And I think that he made a fascinating point about that. And personally, what I think about is the war on drugs. We keep going on and on and on with this war on drugs, and it's causing terrorism in Mexico, where the cartels are killing tens of thousands of people. Last year they killed 15,000 people, and it's because of our war on drugs. So I understand what he's saying as well, but calling Obama a terrorist, I think, automatically makes people dismiss you, because that's a little ridiculous.
Right, it's over the top. By the way, he was born Wasalu Muhammad Jacko, which of course then is going to lead to a second round of dismissal in America from other people. Oh, well, he's Muslim. No, but he called somebody else a terrorist, right? Oh, yeah, Muslim, right? Okay, so, and he is devout Muslim, does not drink, et cetera, but he does do rap. He's a fascinating guy. Look, I am interested in other ideas, okay? Just because he doesn't have the same ideas as I have, I don't think like, oh, well, then we have to dismiss him. I think, okay, well, hear him out and see why he does that. For example, the point that Anna was making is that he wrote a single called Words I Never Said, and it was about President Obama not speaking out about the situation, Israeli bombing of civilians in the Gaza Strip.
Right.
Now, come on, that's incredibly thoughtful. Again, agree or disagree, at least you got a guy here making music, making some art where he's putting some thought behind it. And generally speaking, I'm in favor of that as opposed to that, right? And of course, the great majority of the media, I suspect, will not feel that same way.
T-Mobile's great selection of tablets, laptop sticks, and their new mobile hotspot gives you the ability to stay connected at super fast internet speeds.
You can get affordable high-speed internet wherever you go without any overages.
Mobile broadband data plans start at only $29.99 a month, and if you're a T-Mobile voice customer, you save an additional 20%.
That's awesome.